Hello and welcome back to Jan's Views on Crime. Jay Slater. Guys, I've just come back from watching Wax on Filters video. Oh my God. Guys, if you don't watch him, what the hell's wrong with you? Get over there and watch his channel, because it was him that first sort of really got me interested in this case. So anyway, I'm over there and I'm watching this.
I think I wanted to mention is the autopsy that we've been given for Jay Slater. Now, recently we had the sad news, the death of Liam Payne. But within the space of a couple of days, they gave us detailed information on that autopsy. They told us how many injuries Liam Payne suffered from. 25 different injuries from that fall from the third floor. Allegedly, Jay fell from 300 plus feet. All we got told about was an injury to the head that was consistent with a fall from height.
Yes, that was it. When he said that, I was like, oh my God, you're absolutely right. So how does that happen? So you've got Liam Payne, he has his fall, and the subsequent autopsy is released to the public. I know it's an initial autopsy, but it was released to the public in a matter of days. And then you've got Jay Slater, who has supposedly gone over a cliff, and we still haven't had the full inquest. Well, I'll repeat that. We haven't had the British inquest. We need to get that sorted. There's a way of doing it. Anyway, it fired me up, guys, and made me think, oh my God, I'm going to have to do another video. But first, before we really get into this, how the hell are you? I hope you're all well. I hope you've had a good start to the week. It's bloody cold out there, isn't it? I don't like it, guys. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you're all well. So let's get back.
300 plus feet. All we got told about was an injury to the head that was consistent with a fall from height. Another thing that was mentioned in regards to Liam Payne's autopsy was the drugs that Liam had in his system. Now,
again, a very important point. Were we told about what was actually in Jay Slater's system at the time when he was discovered? Have anyone sort of heard that he had, drugs, I think is the word, in his system? It's weird, guys. It's worth sort of comparing the two very different scenarios. But how come the Argentinian coroners work a lot quicker than the Spanish coroners? It's a really interesting point. And it's for that reason I've fired up my Mac once again to ask you a few questions on that. Does anyone, any ideas on this, guys? It's a quandary.
We saw the footage of Jay leading up to him going to the mountains. Why haven't we been told about the drugs that Jay had in his system? But now,
absolutely right. Why weren't we told that, guys? So it's time we went to Mr. Google to see what he's got to say about Jay Slater's autopsy. So I've typed that in there, as you can see. So let's see what happens. Autopsy results. Shall we look at that? Okay, here we go. Right. A UK autopsy has determined that Jay Slater suffered multiple injuries consistent with a fall from a height out in the treacherous terrain where he was eventually found. It's believed his death would have been instantaneous, which has, according to a Mail Online report, provided the Slaters with some very small comfort. Let's see. So that's the official, well, according to the Mail, is it? Yeah, Mail Online. According to them, that's what the autopsy is. But again, it's very interesting that there's nothing. I mean, did he not have bruising? Does it say that he had bruising? Anything else? Let's click on this one. What injuries did Jay Slater have? Here we go. It was suspected he suffered an accident or fall. All right. A post-mortem examination concluded Jay Slater died of traumatic head injuries consistent with a fall from height. Now, guys, I've seen the terrain. It wasn't that he fell off a cliff, was it? It was, the terrain is very sort of, I want to say, undulating. It's very uneven. So if he fell off of one part, he'd probably land on a bit lower down, and then do you know what I'm saying? It's not that it was a sheer cliff fall. It was like it was in a very rocky terrain, yes. But what we have to think of also is, how the hell did he get from the roadside that we're all familiar with now, get to a point where there was a cliff he could fall down? I mean, how did that happen? Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent a bit there. The brain is working overtime. So, all right, I'm interested in this bit. Has Jay Slater's body been repatriated? Let's have a look at that. All right. This was on the 3rd of August 2024. He's understood to have died immediately. Mark Searle of LBT Global, the missing persons charity, which helped the family repatriate Jay's body, said the family of tragic Brit Jay Slater returned to the UK last week on the same day that Jay's body was repatriated. Now, we have since heard, we know that Debbie Duncan has also stated that she needs to repatriate other parts of Jay. So that's what everyone sort of well, we're not holding our breaths, but that's what we're all wondering about. We are now in October. He died in June. So when is the rest of him going to be sent over? I know it sounds morbid, but I mean, I can't think of another way to say it. But when is the rest of him going to be repatriated? Okay, let's look down here again. Right, is there an inquest for Jay Slater? No. An inquest has been opened into the death of Oswald Twistle. Oh, I struggle with that name. Teen Jay Slater. Okay, now that's in August. See, a lot of these things are all in August. So it's like the official investigation kind of stopped in August. Why was that? Right, so it's like, and I think another reason why everybody is so blooming, stressed about this or intrigued by this is because we're just being left in the dark. Everybody's being left in the dark. And I heard somebody the other day, I can't remember who it was because I'm always watching things, say that it's quite interesting that everybody else seems to be interested in this case. Let's find out what actually happened to this 19-year-old lad. Everybody seems determined to find out and get justice for Jay. Everybody except for the family and friends. How weird is that? There definitely seems to be a surgence of TikTok creators, ones that I've never heard. I mean, to be honest, I don't really frequent TikTok too often. Just put my artwork on there and that's that. But it does seem that there seems to be a growing number of TikTokers coming out with lots of different conspiracies, different theories, different scenarios about what's actually happened. Now, I did cover that in my last video, where I was saying I'm looking for Brandon and also looking for Joe, because I think Joe is the Irish connection. What I found interesting, and I'm just going to finish on this, was Wax has actually showed another TikToker. I think her name's Hayley Comet, if I'm right. And what she says here also interested me.
We know that his dad had requested to at least look at the scar on Jay's leg and had been told no, that Jay...
That's another thing that I've got to stop stopping it too soon. Right, we're going to go back there. This girl says that Jay's father apparently asked to look at the scar on Jay's leg and was denied it. So it's like, how come nobody, not even his family, got to see Jay even when he was deceased? Listen, I've got 4 kids. I know if God forbid anything ever happened to them, there's no way I'm going to take somebody else's word that that's them. Oh yeah, that's them in the body bag. No, I need to see it for myself. And I can't understand Debbie Duncan or even his father, Warren, for that matter, not demanding to see his body. This was their son.
Scar on Jay's leg and had been told no, that Jay wasn't fit for viewing. So that
Look at that. So the dad wanted to look at the scar on Jay's leg and they said no, they rejected that.
Guys, what are your thoughts on that? I have had people in the comment section saying what they would do if it was their child. I mean, come on, just because your child supposedly has gone over a cliff and doesn't look very pretty, I mean, does that mean you relinquish your rights to saying goodbye to them? It's like, I'm sorry, this is all a bit morbid, this video, but come on. It just does not make sense. As does the fact that the autopsy results were so vague. So very vague, and that's why in a lot of these stories, not only with Jay Slater, with other missing people, you know, including Nicola Bulley, that's why people are determined to find out what actually happened. So if you've got anything to say about this, please let me know. Write it down in the comments. Always delighted to hear what you've got to say. And it's nice that we're building a little community of people that are, we're all so determined to find out what actually happened to this young man. And if we have to look at other cases, then we'll jolly well do that. You know, it's like, it's wild. The Jay Slater case is absolutely bonkers. And now we've got the TikTokers coming on saying this has happened. He's not, you know, he's not unalived. He's still around walking about in Tenerife. Come on, give me a break. Anyway, if you like this video, please give it a like and maybe subscribe to my channel. Hi to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate you. And I wish you the very best. I hope you enjoy the content I put out for you. This is my crime playlist, which I'm thoroughly enjoying and totally invested in. So I really appreciate you clicking on my videos. So you take care of yourselves out there, because trust me, it's a rotten old world. So until the next one, bye bye for now.